guys, welcome to this Amicus film review. Tonight we're looking at 1974's Amicus film, The Land That Time Forgot, a real childhood favourite of mine. Before we get into the story, let's have a look to see if there is any special features on this DVD. So this is the main screen for the DVD of The Land That Time Forgot. Let's have a look at any extras. An interview with Susan Penhaligon, interview with Kevin Connor, Amicus Studio 50th anniversary stills and poster gallery. And that is the special features on The Land That Time Forgot. So there is a couple of special features, not many, but it is a DVD. This is only got in the UK a DVD release. I'm not sure if abroad it's got a Blu-ray, but here in the UK it's only available on DVD. So that's what it is. So let's have a look at the story. So this is a 1974 Amicus creature feature film starring Doug McClure as Bowen Tyler. And it also stars Captain John McKinney as Captain Von Schalwitz. We got Susan Penhaligon as Lisa, Keith Barron as Bradley, Anthony Ainley as Dietz. We have Jeffrey James as Borg, Bobby Parr as Am, and Declan Mulholland as Olsen. And there's other members of the crew. The film starts off as we see like a German U-boat. This is supposedly set in 1916, so I'll take it's World War One. The actual film starts with a capsule being thrown into the sea, and then a guy picking it up years later, picking it up and reading it, and inside this capsule is like papers of like a diary that's been written by Bowen, who's played by Doug McClure, and he's telling the story of the film. So then we get like a flashback to the main part of the film, where we see this U-boat attacking this ship at the sea, but the ship has got like normal passengers on it. It's not like an army one, but they believe it's going to be carrying ammo, so they destroy the ship. And in a sort of lifeboat, we have Bowen and Lisa trying to make their way to get away, and then they come across another rowing boat with Olsen and Bradley aboard it, who pick them up, and they try to get away. And then they see and submerge from the sea, a U-boat submerges. So they decide a cunning plan. Before they open the hatches, they will climb on this U-boat and take it over. So we get a big sort of brawl taking place between the sort of like the German soldiers and the British soldiers and the British and the American guy and his girlfriend. So eventually they manage to take over the submarine, and then the Germans take it back off them, and then they take it back over. So it's a little bit like that for the first sort of 45 minutes. It's all about the getting to know these characters. And then after about 45 minutes, they tend to get to this sort of icy area, and they're lost. And so this is when they start to come to compromise with Captain Von Schalwitz gets to compromise, and they get him to help him out. And he has a look at his ice area, and he says this is a long lost island that's been lost for like 200 years, has been documented, and no one's ever seen it. And so they look around the submarine, around this sort of like iceberg thing, looking for a way into this island. And they see this cave, and so they sort of take the submarine through this cave to the land that time forgot. I'm not going to tell you what happens there. All that I'm going to say is that they end up in a prehistoric part of the world that's been sort of frozen in time for like millions of years. And what happens? You need to watch it and find out. Let's have a little talk about the characters. Obviously, Doug McClure is a famous American actor, and he plays the role brilliantly as always, as you expect. A bit like Charlton Heston plays the role in Planet of the Apes. Um, John McGinley as Captain Von Schwartz is really cool as well. He's a really convincing character. Lisa, played by Susan Penhaligon, her role again is not major, but it's still quite important as the love interest for Bowen. And down below that, we have all the other crew members. Some get killed off, and some sort of survive. And it's really, really cool. And they come across sort of like indigenous tribes, like sort of like cavemen sort of tribes, look like cannibals from an Italian cannibal film. Yeah, so they meet all these different tribes, and again, they're very, very quite convincing and very, very cool. So here's my final verdict. This is still an amazing watch. It's still a great film. I'm scoring it a 9 out of 10. It's a classic. It's a childhood classic. I saw this when I was about 8 or 9 at my school in Stevenage. They used to have a cinema club on a Thursday evening where you all paid like 50p to go and watch this film, and they had the tuck shop there and you'd buy your little treats and stuff like that with your 20p, and you'd go and sit and watch films. And one day they had this, and this is where I saw it for the first time, and I fell in love with the film because at that time, when I was about 7, 8, 9, I was obsessed with dinosaurs. Absolutely obsessed. I'm still am today. I still absolutely adore them, and I love all sort of things about dinosaurs. So this is right up my street. Although it looks quite tacky now, it's still right up my street. Really, really cool. I absolutely had a great time watching it. Now, the pluses of this edition, it actually looks really nice. I've seen Blu-rays look worse than this DVD. So does it need a Blu-ray? Probably not. Because of its sort of nature of the film, it's not a big budget film or anything like that. It probably was for the time. I think this is ample. It's definitely ample for me to have in my collection, which is where it will go and belong. Um, it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm really happy with this sort of edition. So I don't feel the need to sort of like upgrade it or anything if we need upgrades. So it's really, really cool. It's an amazing film, guys. Amicus's Land of That Time Forgot, 9 out of 10. I'm sure you've seen it. What you think of it, let me know down below. It's a great, great, great film. Really, really cool. I had great fun watching it. And it's great to see like a sort of British creature feature, which was really cool. Cheers, guys.